the wild winds call. Jasper's walking, taking pictures of it all. Boots on the ground, heart in the sky, following the blazes, just a rambling guy. Through the valleys, over the hills, chasing that freedom, feeling the thrill. With every sunrise, he's finding his way, living the dream, one step a day. Trail named Jasper, walking on through, Bruce trail bound with a camera view, hiking the ridges, chasing the light. Like and subscribe.
Okay. As usual, I'm having my coffee. Well, hi guys, Jasper here. Welcome to my day. So today, well, okay, we did have a request from Dan, one of our longtime supporters and subscribers to our channel, to throw something together in regards to the food, essentially I guess the food that I carry on trail. And with that in mind, here we are today. So first of all, food. Well, it's it's such a huge kind of variable. We have vegans. We have people like me that eat just about anything. And we've got all kinds of things in between as far as people's tastes and dietary habits and concerns and so on are basically based or concerned about things that people are concerned about. Secondly, it's very, very difficult to get, let's say, a balanced diet on trail. It's impossible. And again, so much, not just on a person's personal kind of preferences or choices in their food or eating habits, but also the trail they're hiking. Some trails you can go days and days and days, if not 2 or more weeks, before you actually get to a resupply town. Some trails you go through towns every 2 or 3 days and you can resupply. So you're carrying less food, you're carrying more food, you're getting a better diet, you're getting a poorer diet. I mean, you know, you cannot be carrying 2 weeks worth of fruit as well as everything else. Fruit's heavy. I do like to pack out some fruit from towns. When I go through towns, I'll pack out a banana or an apple or a couple of oranges, whatever, to try to get the right nutrients or some nutrients. Also, when I pass through a resupply town, so because I've just said when I pass through a resupply town, we're assuming this is a longer distance kind of hike that we're doing, because that's essentially what I do. However, even if you're just out for like 2 days, which we are going to be today, Saturday, I think Monday morning we're leaving on a 2-day hike, 1-night camp, because we want to try out a brand new tent. So that's the Nemo Ornate Osmo. So look out for that particular video. And also, I think we just uploaded a video on that particular tent that talks about the first look and the first setup of that tent. So check that out, because that's all part of Jasper's quest to find a new tent. But anyhow, let's get back to the food. So there's just so many variables in a person's diet. Some people, they dehydrate their own food. Some people will buy these particular concoctions, let's say. This is lasagna. And these cost now, with tax, you're pushing $20 to buy one of these meals. And if you have, say, something for lunch and something for dinner that's like this, it's $40 a day. if you just have one of these for dinner, it's still $20 a day, plus everything else throughout the day that you're going to need to eat. So it can get extremely expensive. But a dehydrated meal, I carry some sometimes, maybe one or two. I generally repackage them. And when I come back to those in a minute, I'll give you a little tip what I do, but we're going to talk about some other things that we work with this. And I'll show you just to kind of ease on the cost of those. And I'll get back to that in a minute. So first of all, what does Jasper carry? Well, okay, and just like everybody else, I am a cook person. What that means is I do not cold soak. I do cook. So I carry a cook stove and a burner of some kind and a fuel cylinder of some kind. Some people use a liquid alcohol type stove. Some people use a little hiking kind of wood stove. I use butane, and I use this is a low pressure burner that came off my Jetboil stash. And then I have a pot, and of course I use a heat exchanger because I like that. And yeah, so I cook. That's my cook system. Secondly, I use a Tupperware, and I'm going to show you about this Tupperware. And in the Tupperware lives the little spoon that I eat with, and so on and so on and so on. I carry a Tupperware as part of my food kitchen kind of cook system. I carry a garbage bag. Could be anything. This is just an old hamburger bun bag that I had from being on trail. And when it gets worn out, I'll like change it to a plastic bag or some other bread bag or whatever kind of bag. But I pack out all my garbage. And when I come to a town or a rest area or a trailhead with garbage cans, I'll empty my garbage bag. Okay. We already mentioned fruit. So fruit I pack out from towns. So when I leave on Monday morning for my 2-day hike, I'll quite possibly take an apple with me and a piece of sharp cheddar cheese. That's something I like, apple and cheddar cheese. And I'll stop, and that'll be something that I have at one of my break times during the day. But you're not going to carry out a bag of apples, for a longer period. Not going to happen. So when I go through a town, I will pack out 1 or 2 pieces of fruit for the morning that I'm leaving on. And I'll have that day, or maybe a little piece the next day. Try to get some nutrition from that. So let's talk first of all about the snacks, the bars, and so on that I use. So I like goldfish. Goldfish are good. I'll usually empty this packet into a little plastic baggie. I won't usually carry it in this particular bag because it's heavier. It's lighter in a little plastic baggie, and I'll repackage a lot of this food in little plastic baggies. But goldfish are one thing that I carry for snacks. Bars. I'll use several different kinds of granola type. Well, I'm going to use the word health bars, but good luck with that. Lara bars, one of my favorites. I use Lara bars. Okay. These little guys, Nature's Bakery. This particular one is a little fig biscuit, if you will, and this one's blueberry. You can get raspberry, you can get the traditional fig. I carry these. I will carry some Builders sometimes, and I will carry some Cliff bars. These are made by Cliff, by the way. And whatever other bars that's considered a granola or a healthy or a protein type bar. Very hard to get good protein on trail, to try to supplement that wherever we can. One little idea I like, and I like this for the savory cheesy taste, crackers and cheese. Little packages, you can get 3 of these for about $1.50 at like Walmart or whatever. Little crackers and cheese. Sometimes when I have them, I'll take these little guys. Now these little guys, they're pretty much garbage, but they're usually a sugar or a caffeine boost or a combination of both. They come in different flavors. I have a chocolate, a mocha, and a lemon. They're about 100 calories each, and they are a little boost when you're on trail. But again, it's a sugar or a caffeine boost. When you read the package on these, it'll say, if you're doing a hard, intense activity, take one of these every 30 minutes. So that tells me right there that this is purely a sugar boost. It's nothing more than that. But they do have a place in your snack bag You carry it in your little shoulder pocket on your backpack, and you can pop one of these out when you're sat on a log somewhere. Have one, even with the combination of, say, a Kit Kat bar and a Snickers bar, and that will give you a huge boost of energy for now, good for the next hour or so. And in that time, you're going to log, another 4 or 5 kilometers, whatever, and you're going to feel reasonably good about doing this. You got that boost, be it the sugar or the caffeine. You got that, and you need the calories anyhow. Electrolyte water. I use Mio, because they're convenient, they're small, not too heavy, 2 or 3 squirts in your electrolyte bottle when you've filtered water, topped up your water. I use a 600 ml smart bottle. I carry it in my shoulder pack or on my shoulder strap. If you have watched my channel for any great period of time, you will have seen that bottle many times. Sat right there. A couple of squirts in there. Fill it up with tap water, filtered water, whatever. I'm good to go with electrolyte water for that next period of time, depending on temperature. Cookies. One of my favorite, I like 2 different kinds of cookies. I like a social tea and I like a digestive. These are from the dollar store. $1.50. Same thing from the UK, McVitie's, which I like a lot, but they're $5. A digestive biscuit or a social tea. And I will put these again in a little package of some kind, be it a little plastic baggie, and I'll take some of those with me. If I'm going for a couple of days, I'll take that many, whatever many that is. But if I'm resupplying, I'll take a whole pack, and then I've got it for a couple of days. There's all kinds of different bars, chocolate bars, granola bars, snack bars that you can get. And I've just shown you a few of what I use. When I go to a town, I'll buy different ones just to mix it up a little bit. But the actual chocolate is usually Kit Kat, Mars, and Snickers. Those are the ones I'll use on a relatively regular basis. Pretty much every day I have those. Sometimes a resupply after, say, 3 days on trail might be nothing more than, say, a gas station, or a smaller type store, and they may not have all the selection of things, but quite often they carry these little canned meats. You can get, this one's Mario's, and I only bought the Mario's because it is slightly lighter at 126 grams, 127 grams. There is the, I don't know if it's maple leaf or whatever it is, the red label, and you can get ham, you can get chicken, you can get turkey or pork. And this, Mario's have ham too. And they're a little cheaper. These are $1 something and the other ones are $3 something. So I'll take one of those. Cut a long story short, I'll take one of those and I open it. It's got a pull lid. Put it in my Tupperware. My ramen noodles in my Tupperware. My hot water, again, let it sit. Finish it again with a couple of scoops of instant potatoes, and I now have a chicken noodle casserole thing. Whatever you want to call that, but it's a thing, and I eat it. Individual packages of soup. This one I packed out of the UK, it's the last one I've got left, and this is asparagus, but here in Canada we have the chicken noodle, the Lipton's little cup of soups. One of those is fine. Take one of those, put it in your Tupperware, put your hot water in there, a little more than you need, thicken it with instant potatoes, and you've actually got a warm lunch. And if I was going to do that for dinner, then I'd had meat to it, which again could be the bacon jerky. Or again, could be your canned meat. Or something else I haven't shown you yet is this little bad boy right here now. I know we're having so much trouble with those folks down south. Yeah, you know the ones I mean, down the south there. The south, those Yanks, those Americans. I get it. However, they've got the best goddamn foods for hiking, period. Like these little individual packages of chicken. Now, they have exactly the same package like this with a 4-ounce Spam in there. Yeah, they do. We don't have that here. We're just not as good as those Americans when it comes to hiking food. These things are great. Now, granted, we have tuna and we have salmon, whatever else in little packages like this that don't require any refrigeration. I don't eat tuna. I just don't like it. And it stinks. Good God. The time I did the Ganaraska Trail with Andre, he would eat those. He'd open one of those. I could not even sit near him. It just stunk nasty. Oh, this is white meat chicken, ramen noodles, white meat chicken, instant potatoes. You now have another chicken dinner. These are light. About 3 or 4 of these. Well, what does it say? 2 maybe. It's got 80 calories in the whole thing and 13 grams of protein. 74 grams. So 2 of those is 1 can. 2 meals, 1 meal. I'll use the cans if that's all I can buy. When I'm going on a 2-day hike like I am leaving Monday morning, I'll take one of those and that's going to be part of my dinner with my noodles and so on that night. I save these. Why do I save these? I can't buy them in Canada. My daughter gets them for me when she's in the States. So, and they last like expiry date. Okay, expiry date. December the 20th, 2027. Oh yeah, I've got about 8 of these right now. 8. And these are what I'm going to start with on my next through hike in the 2026 season. I will start with, say, 4 of those, maybe, depending on the trail. If it's the Bruce, just as an example. I'll leave Niagara Falls if I'm heading northbound through hiking the Bruce Trail. 3 days later, 3.5 days later, I pass through Grimsby. I go right, almost right by a food land or whatever it is, a food basics, whatever, grocery store. So I can resupply right there. And I will. And I do. So I still want to carry some of these because once I've got rid of these, I'm going to be carrying these. It's the only thing else I can get. And they're much heavier. So I will carry 4 or 5 of these. But let's say I start with 4 of these. I might start with 4 of these. So when I get to Grimsby, I'll still have some of these left. But I'll be topping up on other things, such as I might start off with 3 or 4 of these. So I might need to buy 2 or 3 more of those in Grimsby. I might need to buy a couple of cup of soups in Grimsby. I will definitely need more bars in Grimsby. And when I leave Grimsby, I'll pack out 1 or 2 pieces of fruit. An apple, an orange, banana, 1 of each, whatever. That's going to take me the next 4 days or whatever it's going to take me to get up to Waterdown. And at Waterdown, I walk right behind Walmart. So you got to know your trails. It depends on the trail you're doing as to how much food, what kind of foods work for you, what are available to you, because something like this, which is absolutely fantastic, is only available to those Yanks down south. It's not available to me here unless my daughter buys it for me. Oh, by the way, if you're a Yank down south watching my video, nothing personal. We love you. We're going to be your 51st state one day. Or not. Doesn't matter to me. Anyhow, yeah, I just realized I could be upsetting my Yanks. But I don't mean to. I upset nobody. It was just humor. Okay. Well, anyhow, having said all that. Oh, this box of cornflakes. This box of cornflakes is a jumbo box of cornflakes. Picked this up at, I picked these up at Costco. Yep, I'm a Costco member. Mega jumbo. You get 2 big bags in there. No, I don't take that with me, but I'll tell you what I do. I will take a medium size, this is large, and it's not the right bag, but I'll take a medium size Ziploc freezer bag. Yeah. Blue stripe, little zipper thing on the top. I'll open it up, and I put in there a cup, 1 cup of bran. Bran flakes, or maybe raisin bran. I put it in the baggie. I'll take maybe a 1/2 cup or whatever of, say, cornflakes in the baggie, and I'll put maybe 1/2 cup of a granola in that baggie. Then I take my spoon and I get myself some of the Carnation or the no-name powdered milk. Now this stuff works. It didn't used to work back in the day. It tasted awful. But today it's great and it tastes good. And you really can't tell the difference. Take 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 of those, 4 scoops, heaped into your baggie. Seal it up. When I get to a point where, okay, I'm in mood for cereal, I might not have this for breakfast, or I might have a cereal for lunch, or I might have a cereal for a snack because I feel for one. Plus I'm getting dairy. I open up my little Ziploc bag with my bran, my cornflakes, my granola, or whatever I chose to put in there. It could be Cheerios, Fruit Loops, Sugar Puffs, Cocoa Pebbles, whatever you want. Add water, close the bag, shake it all around, open the bag, and you know what? On trail, miles from anywhere, you have cereal and milk. Oh yeah. I do that too. That. Oh, food bags. Here's a 10-liter bag. Here's a 13-liter bag. Sometimes there's only a few things in here. So when I leave on Monday morning, I don't know, there'll be more than this in there, but let's just say that's all that's in that bag. This blue bag is my bars and kind of snack bag. I'd probably put fruit in there and so on. And that'll be the size of it. I'm only going for 2 days. Sometimes this blue bag has been full up to here. I might have 6 or 7 days before I'm getting to another resupply town. This is my snack bag, 10-liter bag. This is my food bag, 13-liter bag. When I leave on Monday, it'll probably only be full to about here. Sometimes this bag is full to here, depending when my next resupply is. Same thing. Sometimes it could be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. I think the longest I've done between resupplies is 6 or 7 days. And yeah, I think 6 or 7 days. Now you get a section on the Bruce Trail. Once you get past Waterdown, you then come up to Highway 7. There's a motel there. Great place to stay for the night. Not a great motel, but a great place to stay for the night. Charge your electrical banks, wash your t-shirt out, your shorts, do some laundry, have a shower, have a shave. You can Uber into Georgetown. And you can resupply in Georgetown. So that's another, say, 4 days or whatever after Waterdown. So on that particular trail, you've got 4 days there. From Waterdown up to Primrose, maybe another 4 days. But from Primrose, you can walk into or Uber into Shelburne. You can resupply there. Once you get past there, now you're going to get up into Collingwood. And from there, which is another, say, 4 days or 5 days, you're going to have to taxi or Uber or something into town to resupply there. So you could be going 4 or 5 days on the Bruce Trail in certain areas. Once you get past there, once you leave Collingwood, you've got about 8, 9 days to Owen Sound. You do pass one store, Top of the Rock in Eugenia. But you've still got a fair push there where you're going to carry a lot of food.